here we go. Okay, game between the Emperor's Finest, the Custodes, against the Death Guard, the 14th Legion. So, this time I have the book, so hopefully I've got it all right. We'll see. I've got a Tribune. It's the guy with the demon head. He's from Skibble Miniatures, and giving him Meridian swords. We've got the other one, the other sword at his back or something like that. Just have to make it up a bit. Okay, what else we got? We got some Custodian Guard. 4 of them, just 4 Custodes with Guardian Spears. And then, 3 Custodes Guardian Spears. And then 1 with a Magisterium Vexilla and an axe on that squad. So there's 4 in that squad. Another squad, I've just got 3. Just have to ignore the Presidium Shields. They don't have them, obviously. They just got Guardian Spears, and there's just 3 in that squad. And the third one, again, ignore the Presidium Shields. I don't really want to rip them off, to be honest, and they look cool, so I'm keeping them on. Another 3 with Guardian Spears. Might get some magnets or something like that. All right, and then the rest of the army. So that's the 3 troops. The elites is Heteran Guard, which is these 5. Now these do have Presidium Shields, and then they've all got Solarite Gauntlets, so they are all strength 10, and they've got their Presidium Shields for 5 up save. I'll talk more about them in a second, the plan with them. I've got 4 Aquilians here. I would have had 5, but I haven't got 5 models. 2 of them have got Adraphic Destructors, and 2 have got Fire Pikes. So that's them. And then another squad of 5. Again, we've got 3 Adraphic Destructors this time, and 2 Fire Pikes. And I've got Solarite Talons on the guys with the Fire Pikes. And the ones with the Adraphic Destructors have got Solarite Gauntlets. So that's those. And then, the first time ever, trying out Galatas. Now, I've been painting him this morning, and I haven't actually finished him yet. He's almost there. Took me a while to get him done, but there's just a few things I need to sort of tidy up on him. But that's one Galatas there, and another one here. So yeah, obviously the base isn't completely done because I need to paint that crater. But that is the army, so it's very small. Anyway, the plan with it is the Tribune. So this chap here has got a transponder array, and with that he can teleport a Deep Strike and then put into Deep Strike Assault 3 units of up to 5 models, which are going to be the Aquilians, 5 there, the other Aquilian unit of 4, and the Heteran Guard unit of 5. So yeah, that's the plan. Really, Deep Strike Assault those in, and the rest of the units just sort of stay on the ground, getting on with things. So that's my Custode army, and now I'll go and have a look at my opponent one. Okay, so, and then Jacob has got the 14th Legion, led by Mortarian. Go for it, mate.
Yeah, so Mortarian being my Primarch, and then Warlord. He will be joining Captain Delpha, Praetor in Artificer armour, with Power Scythe, Combi Alchem, Flamer, Toxin Bombs, and a Disintegrator Pistol. He's got a retinue of the Death Shroud, who have Melter Bombs on them, but each of them. And they'll be in a Spartan joining a Cataphractii squad, Cataphractii Terminator squad. My other HQs are 2 consoles, a Siegebreaker.
Which one's they, mate? Here?
Yeah,
Yep.
Siegebreaker here with
Okey
a Power
dokey,
Scythe,
yep.
Toxin Bombs, Alchem Flamer, and a Plasma Pistol. Then we've got a Champion who looks like he's got a Power Sword, but it's actually a Power Scythe.
Is that this guy here?
Yeah. He's got a Born Shield, a Plasma Pistol, Toxin Bombs, and a Combi Alchem as well.
Cool.
Also an Artificer. Then we've got 2 identical tactical squads. Power Scythe, Alchem Pistol, and Combi Alchem Flamer on Sergeants with Artificer armour. Vexilla's in the squad as well. For
Yeah.
the extra,
That's that guy there, in the middle.
yeah. With the extra, just for the extra morale and
Yeah.
combat res. This tactical squad, with the cameras at the moment, has an apothecary with it, that has artificer armor, power scythe, a combi alchem, and then a bolt pistol. All characters in the army have got toxin bombs.
Nice.
So we've got a 10-man heavy support squad of missiles.
Yep.
Augury scanner, artificer armor, sergeant, and toxin bombs as well.
I like the helmets. Are they the new ones then?
No, those are the old Mark III ones.
Okay. Look like World War One German helmets, don't they?
Yeah, they do a bit.
They're really cool though.
Then behind them there's a Contemptor Dreadnought with a heavy alchem flamer in the hand, Gravis Power Fist, and autocannon.
What's he chopped up? What's that thing he's got?
Imperial Fist.
Oh, fair enough. Tom would be happy with that. There's dead Imperial Fist. There we are. Cool.
No one will miss them.
Yeah.
The Spartan has got a twin-linked flamer for front sponson, and then the laser large cannon array for side sponsons. Flare shield on the front as well.
Oh, nice.
Just for an extra
Yeah.
punch. A Grave Warden squad is also in my troop choices because of my Right of War, the Creeping Death.
Nice.
Sergeant has a toxin bomb on him, but they are all equipped basically stock.
Got power fists, have they, all these guys?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then behind them there is a Predator with Volkite side sponsons. There should be a multi-melter on the top, and a Alchem cannon.
Okay, cool.
Just for all that extra flash paper stuff.
Yeah, and these guys, have we talked about these? Probably have already, but...
these are the Cataphracti that are with the dedicated transport of the Spartan.
Yeah.
All with chain fists.
Oh, nice.
Sergeant with toxin bombs as well. A Vexil in the squad as well.
Cool.
So for reference, it would be that guy there.
This chap here. Yeah, no problem. Alright, excellent. And what does Mortarian do for the army?
So, Mortarian removes, so his warlord trait is all friendly units in the army. As long as Mortarian's still alive, we ignore penalties to leadership due to fear and shell shock.
Nice, that's good.
And we ignore the combat res.
Okay, awesome. Alright, okay, let's have a look at the missions and then come back. Okay, so roll a 5, and then it is Tide of Carnage. So, what we got to do? Deployment setup, normal things. First turn, normal stuff there. It's a 5-turn game, so that's alright. Victory conditions, what are they? So, each sector is worth a certain amount of victory points. Side controls it. Scoring units in each sector. So, we've got 3 for own deployment zone, 5 for no man's land, and 7 for the opposing player's deployment zone. So we've got our scoring units. You've got some line stuff, I imagine?
Yeah, 2 tactical race squads.
Cool. Sailor Warders 1. Primarch is another one. I don't have one, so you have one there. Last man standing, so you get 1 extra for that if you've got more stuff live. And there is reserves and night fight heavy armour. Oh, so your tanks will count, that's good. So you've got your vehicles, which are scoring units as well. So your Spartan and your Predator are scoring. That's cool. And let's roll for deployment. All right. So deployment map type. Go for it.
5 again.
5 again. That's pretty good. 2 5s. Yeah. Good for invulnerable saves. Oh, excellent ambush.
Oh, great.
Oh. So thing is, it's so funny because everyone hates playing ambush and no one ever does. But I've played it. I think 3 times now. But there we go, it is what it is. All right, cool. We'll just we'll set it up and we'll go for it. Okay, so we have to roll for attack and defend. It sounds a bit 40k-ish, but here we go. Let's have a look.
5.
Oh, look at that. Boom, 6. Well, you've got to go in the middle really because it's funny.
Oh no!
I just think it's hilarious. Okay, so I'm going to be the attacker then. Here we go. This is how we did this. So winning roll off may be attacker defender. So I'll be attacker, and so you can go in the middle, so I'll deploy first then. Okay, so Custodes deployment. I've effectively deployed one of my squads here, sort of up to the 12 line behind the building here. Can have skirmish, so get sort of slightly better save if they're behind buildings, so that's cool. They're just on the 12 line there. I put the Galatas Both of them quite, again, right up to the 12 line, but kind of close to each other to help each other out a little bit. And then 2 squads back here, one at the front, one at the back. Yeah, again, behind some sort of semblance of cover. And the rest over there is Deep Strike Assault, so that's sort of turn 2 onwards. And then Jacob said that it was the area terrain, is it, mate?
Area and named types of terrain are dangerous terrain due to the creeping death right of war.
Yeah, there we are. So this is now dangerous terrain. This is dangerous terrain. That's dangerous terrain as well because they're area terrain, part of the right of war. And then your deployment zone, you said, was as well?
Deployment zone is difficult and dangerous.
Yeah. So
the big 36 bubble in the middle.
yeah, we've got a massive big circle in the middle, which is now difficult and dangerous as well. So it's pretty cool. We thought it was pretty cool because obviously it's a Death Guard board. We'll go over that actually right now. So you've got some pipes here. So it's pretty cool, really thematic. It's got a chem factory board, and now it's all just, you know, let's pretend it's all leaked nasty chemicals in its deployment zone or something like that. So just quickly go over the board then. So most of the buildings, so again 14th Legion, they're all painted 14th Legion colours, obviously pre sort of it going horribly wrong or right for them, whichever your point of view. So yeah, 14th Legion buildings here. So it's mainly buildings, got some ones of sandbags, just to make it look a bit cool, some chemicals spilling out of the barrels there on that building. This building's pretty cool, mashed up, shot up. It's got some barbed wire there, which is really cool. Just sort of another broken building, and then more sort of ruins, and then a bit of area terrain here with just some sort of like just some bits really on it. Again, got some sort of like chemical things spewing out of that, and then another building with some ammo crates on it. So overview of the table is this. So quite a nice amount of terrain on it. Anyway, let's have a look at the setup for the 14th Legion. Right, okay, so 14th Legion deployment. So take me through it, mate.
So, as the camera can see, we've got the Spartan practically dead centre facing the Custodian forces and their dreadful dreadnoughts. Inside is the Cat Factory squad that is dedicated for, joined with Mortarian and the Praetor. So we've also got a Death Guard squad in there too. Then we've got a rocket team in one of the buildings, just kind of hunkering down. We've got auger scanner on the first floor, and then the sergeant on the second floor with the siege breaker.
Yeah, that's your auger scanner there, isn't it? That chap there. Yeah, cool.
Siege breaker being able to give them sundew when I need it.
Nice.
A tactical marine squad on the floor, just waiting for the Custodes to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Hiding behind the Spartan is our champion, running solo, but also flanked by the Grave Warden. Mm-hmm. Just for a bit of survivability.
Yeah, so he's in that squad then, I guess.
No, he's running on his own.
Oh, fair enough.
Hiding with them.
Yeah, fair enough, mate.
Then a tactical marine squad just above that, with the apothecary spread out just in case of either deep strike or templates.
Yep.
And then our Alchem cannon predator.
Is it like a torrent one, or is it just a flamer template?
It's a torrent.
Oh, nice. So is that 12
18,
inch?
I think.
Oh, nice, lovely, cool. Okay, yeah, it's oh, you got your dreadnought over there. Let's pop over there.
Hiding in the building.
There he is.
To apply some pressure.
There he is. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So, oh, and another squad over here.
Yeah, here's our tactical marine squad with the apothecary.
Yes, I think we filmed them a minute ago. We talked about this, and it's really cool. It's kind of a thematic game, really, because it's obviously based on the 14th Legion board by design, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's quite cool that we sort of actually got this mission, because it's like it would pretty much be something that the Custodes would do. They'd find out where Mortarian is, got some information maybe that he's on this world, and then they're dropping down to sort of deal with him. And he's, so yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Do you want to see if you can seize? Because we will set up armor. Yes, do that. Okay, go for it.
I get a 4.
A 4. Okay, so turn 1 movement phase for Custodes. Okay, the Emperor's Finest Custodes movement phase. essentially, how can we put this?
Run away?
I looked at this. I thought, yeah, I'm running away from that guy. So I was like, nah, I can't be dealing with this. I don't have enough guys at the moment. So what did I do? I moved this squad here, Guardians. They sort of just went to the side really, towards the edge of the board. They're just waiting for their friends to turn up. These guys did much the same, went over this side, and then the two Galatas advanced again. Away from the Spartan over there, and there is a bit of a worrying contemptor over there, but I'm hoping he doesn't charge me with a long charge. Yeah, so we both moved over here. So this is what it looks like on this little bit. I've got my two squads there, two Galatas there, far away from the Spartan, and then over here again, big gulf in the middle, and these chaps here, they just sort of backed off as well. We're just waiting for reinforcements, because I think that if he barreled into a squad, they're all dead. So we're just sort of holding back for the minute. I think my shooting consists of one Guardian spear.
Oh.
I think he's the only one in range. So it will be a very short shooting phase, but let's see what happens. So just shooting phase, I just checked my range of my weapons, and all the spears are 18, so everything's out of range. What we did forget is to roll night fight, so we're going to do that now. Go for it, mate. Where's it gone? Yep, night fight turn 1.
Nice.
Cool, it really affects you rather than me, but
Yeah.
because there we are. All right, so it's now the 14th Legion's turn 1. Okay, so it's the 14th Legion, and it is turn 1 movement phase. Go for it.
The Legion has kind of just moved mainly to push on the Custodes that have run away.
Tactically withdraw. That's what we did.
We've got the Predator putting itself in position for some later shooting on the Custodes on the far left. The rocket team is preparing a salvo for the same custodian squad.
They're loading up, aren't they now? Getting ready.
Then we've got the Grave Warden starting to move over to the opposite side of the table just to capture some extra points.
Yep.
And a tactical marine squad getting into some cover.
Yep.
Because deep strike will not be nice if they arrive.
Yeah, hopefully. And then
Spartan
the most important thing is this.
The Spartan has decided it's going to push up and really engage itself.
Yep, went 12, didn't it? Straight towards my lines, sadly.
Yeah. It's arguing with the Dreadnoughts.
And the Dreadnought just sort of stayed there.
It's staying still. He's got perfect line of sight and range at the moment.
Yeah, okay, cool. And this little chap's an absolute lunatic on his own.
Yeah, we've got the champion darting off.
What is he doing?
He's heading towards the guy with the banner.
Yep, fair enough. So overview is this. A sort of larger overview really of the battlefield. Not much is happening at the moment. So that's turn 1 movement, so we'll go on to shooting. Okay, shooting phase turn 1 for the 14th, go for it.
So the Contemptor pinged off a wound on one of the Custodes.
Yep.
Somewhere in the building. We then fired the Spartan into one of the Dreadnoughts with a shield, doing absolutely nothing.
It's because the shield I angled it towards you, that's why. Bounced 2 las cannons, that lad.
Yeah,
Good
2
job.
las cannon shots.
Really good job.
Then we fired a rocket team at him and bounced off his armour
Yeah,
again.
he saved them all, he was really good then as well.
And then our tactical marine squad.
This wasn't a too good bit, was it really, for me?
It was glorious. They fury the Legion.
Yep.
Showing the Custodes what it really means to mess with the 14th. And pinged off a Custode.
Killed one. That was bad. I mean, 5 wounds out of... You did really well on the shooting, and I did terrible on my saving.
14
Never
shots.
mind. They didn't run away, so that was important.
Almost.
Yeah. So that's it. So turn 2 Custodes, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, turn 2 Custodes. We're still in the movement phase, but I think we'll talk about it now. So, deep strike assault. That's what I tried to do. So the Tribune was either sort of here, scattered back behind the building, and then I strung out the squad because it got skirmish. 1, 2, all the way like this, right next to Spartan. And then, of course, I rolled the obligatory 1, and then that meant that Jacob could put my units, the rest of them, miles away. So over here are the Aquilians, which now are over here, which is, yeah, it is what it is. And then my Heteran Guard and now all the Power Fists, or Solarite Gauntlets, are over there. So quite wisely chucked all my guys miles away. So they pretty much are going to be out of it for a while. is what it is. And then we're going to do some interception, and we'll see how that goes, and then we'll go back to movement phase after that. Okay, Custodes, continuation of turn 2, movement phase. So, what happened? So, what did you do with this?
So, as you deep striked in, the Spartan used the withdrawal reaction.
Yep.
And then the rocket team did the intercept reaction on you, using their augury scanners.
Yep.
We pinged off a wound, I think.
Yep, put a wound on this chap here with all your rockets, and yeah, you move back on that one. So the rest of the Custodes movement was running forward essentially. So the Custodian Guard Squad advanced, so getting as close as we can now to the enemy. Now it's gone a bit bad, obviously, but it is what it is. This Custodes unit stayed where it was. Couldn't do anything with the deep strikers. Couldn't do anything with them. The Galatas both sped forward, and that team over there of 3 Custodes went forward as well. So yeah, just sort of closing the distance. Got some shooting, not very much, and then let's see what happens with that. Okay, Custodes turn 2 shooting phase. It was very little. I had 4 Adraphic Destructors at the front of a Spartan. So Spartan had a flare shield. That means I have strength 4 weapons, but they do get armor bane. So I rolled like an 8, an 8, a 9, and then finally rolled a 10. He got a save of 6 because he's in deployment zone with Shrouded, but failed. So 1 whole point was the max I did with shooting. There we are. So this is what the overview looks like. So as I said, I've got a couple of units really far away now, but there we go. Got a single charge with these guys. Hopefully get in and mash that Spartan. Let's see what happens. Alright, so let's do it on camera. So let's see if we can make a charge of the Terminators against Spartan. A 9, that's a definitely in. Good job. And you've got, there we are, our movement models. See what happens after that. So combat, as you can see, there is no Spartan. We checked, it was a reinforced rule, so it then becomes Nemesis unit. Just made me have loads and loads of attacks and lots of penetrating hits because they're still right. Gauntlets of strength 10 AP1. Exploded, caused another wound on this poor chap here. He got some shrapnel, dropped one of the Terminators. And yeah, that's removed. Terminator sitting there, Mortarian just pushing everyone forward in front of him. And then we got turn 2, I think now, isn't it, for the Death Guard. Let's see what happens in the movement phase. Alright, so it's turn 2 for 40 Legions, and movement phase is done. So what happened here?
So first he moves tactical marines around to get some better shots and to survive the Custodian wave.
But then I
followed.
followed him. So yeah, chased him a bit. So I'd use a reaction obviously to advance towards close the gap. Okay, yeah, go for it, mate. The rest of the stuff.
We brought the Siegebreaker down, keeping him in coherency with the squad he's still attached to.
Yep.
The tank moved a little bit just so it's got some better line of sight.
Nice.
With the Volkite and its Torrent flaming cannons.
Yep.
Mortarian's detached from the big blob from the Spartan and moved round. Some of the Terminators moved around as well, so the Death Shroud have a better line of fire.
Yep.
The Grave Warden are falling behind and gonna pin some shots off if they can.
Yep.
Contempt to moving into a fine position for some flame nonsense and autocannon shots.
Yep.
And then that tactical marine there moving around the building, it's hiding in.
Yeah.
For some better line shots.
Yeah.
Hofkai's still hiding.
Hofkai's hiding. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So overview is like this. It's all sort of happening now, isn't it? Really, it's all going to happen this turn, which is normal. All right. Let's see what happens in this shooting phase. Yeah. Okay. So Death Guard shooting phase. Yep. Go for it.
So tactical marines of both squads, Fury gave a Fury of the Legion, pinging off the odd wound on this squad here, and I think over there, or was it final?
Yeah. So over here, let's concentrate here first, so we can move it over there in a sec. So everything shot. Yeah. These guys and knocked one out, didn't he? Basically.
Yeah. The rockets fired down into the blob, didn't they? Or was it here?
Can't remember. No, I know the rockets fired, but I don't think they did much, did they?
No.
No.
I think they just kind of bounced.
Bounced, yeah. 2+ saves, yeah. And over here then, so go for it.
This
Lots
blob,
of things shot me basically.
This blob here, the Death Shroud burning a Custodian Terminator to ash. with the Praetor behind them.
Yeah, some bad saves there. Rolled lots of ones.
Then we had the Cataphracti following suit with Bolts of Fire.
Yep.
I think bouncing off armour again.
Yeah.
Mortarian threw a Phosphex bomb and knocked a wound off someone again. Leaving them now.
You killed one and wounded one, didn't you? So
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Leaving a lovely bit of dangerous terrain.
Yep.
As registered by the Sons of Horus dice.
Yep.
The champion fired his plasma pistol in there. Just
He felt a wound, didn't he?
Yeah.
Steady man.
And then he got a perfect shot, but not to wound.
6 to hit.
And then the Grave Warden fired in with a volley of toxin and crack grenades.
Yep.
I believe, and didn't do anything. I don't think.
No. Tactical squad over here.
Yeah, this tactical squad with the apothecary shot into the
Custodians.
over there.
Yeah, they bossed everything basically. I don't think they didn't take a wound from the tactical squad
But they lost
or
the
the
wound
dread.
to the dreadnought, didn't they?
No,
Did they not?
no, they saved them all.
Oh, right,
No,
yeah.
they didn't take anything. They'll take it badly when he charges, but,
Yeah.
but other than that, yeah. So so I guess it's overview again. It's going to be some assault. It's going to be horrible now. It's all going to happen now. So on to assault phase. Okay, so charging then for the 14th Legion. This is how it looks at the moment before we rolled any dice. So what did you charge him with?
So we've charged in with the Praetor and his retinue of Death Shroud, with Mortarian and the champion.
Yep.
And they've all charged into the same squad.
Yeah, you've tried to charge with these.
Yeah, the Grave Warden
Grave
attempted a
Warden
charge,
failed.
but not very well.
And then you didn't charge with these, is that right?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
the Cataphracti stayed still.
Stayed still, fair enough. And then we've got one more charge. Oh, great. Push that over. And obviously the Contemptor charged here.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened. So the challenge, obviously the champion has to challenge.
Yeah.
And I accepted it because all chosen warriors with an unwounded one to fight him and the rest. And let's see how the combat goes, I suppose. See what happens.
First.
Yep, Mortarian first.
Wow.
Right, go for it.
That was a very successful combat phase. So here we've killed, how many of them were there?
You killed two.
Two, yeah.
You killed two.
Two of the Terminators.
He was wounded by your
Mortarian.
Champion. He
Yeah.
was wounded by the Mortarian caused a wound.
Mortarian caused
The champion wounded
with
him,
Sun.
and then your squad killed and wounded that guy.
Yeah.
Killed one, wounded him. In return, I've hit twice with eight dice, but I did kill. You failed both the saves.
Yeah,
So I killed the champion, was dead,
Yeah, champion
and then I
Death
killed a
Shroud.
Death Shroud, and didn't do anything to Mortarian because I missed everything, I think. But I'm fearless because of the Tribune, so I'll probably die next turn. Hopefully not, but there we are. And then, of course, the normal situation with Contemptors, just there we are. Just walked in, killed them all. Basically, well, one actually ran away. To be fair. Okay, and that is it. So Custodes turn 3, I think.
Yes.
Let's see what happens. Turn 3, Custodes movement phase. These chaps here, Custodian Guard, just sort of stood there because they're line, and I'm not going to have many of that left, so I've got to keep them alive really. Heteran Guard advanced, so they went forward as fast as they could, which is probably a couple of turns yet to get anywhere. Obviously they're in combat. The Contemptors going to basically going after this Contemptor, and he's going after that squad. The Aquilians, they moved a bit, they're sort of out of the game for a couple of turns, I'm sure. And then the Custodians over there advanced towards the tactical sword, which, what did you do with those?
Advanced.
Advanced with them. Alright, cool. So, on to shooting phase.
Phase is very static.
Okay, so my shooting phase is none. It's basically the case of, if I fire, they fire back, and it probably hurts me more than my tiny amount of shots. So, I don't have any shooting to do. It's on to charge phase, I think. So let's do that and see what happens after that.
Awesome.
So this is turn 3, isn't it now? Custodes turn 3. Now on to the charge. Okay, turn 3, Custodes combat. So we had loads to do, to be fair. The first one of which was the Ganatus charged into the Death Guard tactical squad. Did pretty badly, I would say.
Yeah.
He killed 2.
How many attacks again?
I
Six.
don't even want to say about how many attacks he had. Even worse, it was so, oh my god.
And had 2 wounds.
Overwatch caused 3 wounds on him from bolt guns and stuff like that. I just rolled treble ones. I think
Yeah.
we wounded me 5 times, right?
Yeah.
Rolled 3 ones. Combat didn't take any hits in. So it was just awful. And then, of course, they didn't run away either. This Galatas, though, smashed the other Dreadnought. The bloody thing hit me twice anyway, causing 2 wounds on me, but because it's instant death, the sword went through, caused 4 wounds, and that's what he had left. So the Contemptor died. That was nice to actually kill a Contemptor for once. Usually it caused me a right problem, but so yeah, it's quite nice for that to happen. And then where do we go? Oh, over here. So the Custodian Guard did really well, actually. They you ran, didn't you? Yeah, so they killed like 7, but I didn't take any minuses because Mortarian doesn't take minuses for anyone. But he rolled a double 6, then a 6 again, then rolled an 8 and ran off the table. Yeah. So yeah, flurry of 6s and they ran. Does leave them exposed rather, so they're probably going to die next go. And then this combat over here, I challenged Mortarian with, I put a challenge out, Mortarian accepted. Obviously, to be fair, I was a bit unlucky then. I only had 1 save, killed him. And then I just whiffed it horrendously again, 2nd combat in a row, and killed 1 guy. That's all I killed, wasn't it? Yeah, killed 1 person.
Killed a death route.
It caused a wound with all my attacks. Did I? Is that what they did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed.
Only
Yeah,
because of instant death.
missed everything pretty much, and then caused a wound. So yeah, not good for the Custodes. So not doing very well in combat, which is a shame. And we've got all this to face, so I think they're dead. Anyway, so turn. That's my go over. So overview again. So Heteran Guard over there. But importantly, I've killed one of the only line units. The line tank is obviously scoring. I need to deal with that. They're in combat, so hopefully I'll deal with them. But equally, I haven't got much line either, so I'm probably going to have 1 unit, so it's going to be very close. All right, let's go for your turn 3. Okay, it's the 14th Legion turn 3 movement phase. Go for it.
So Predator moving back to help us score the enemy deployment zone.
Yep.
Mortarian giving us the frontline force for that. So as he's heading up towards the line of the Custodian force. The Guardians, are they?
Custodian Guard, yeah. They're just over there, yeah. Custodian Guard, yeah. What did these guys do?
Cat Factory Terminators have just moved around to encompass the Tribune.
Yep, probably going to go after him, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then these?
The Grave Ones have started running after our Tactical Marine Squad just to give them
helping them out, they're over there. Getting some moral courage at the moment.
Yeah.
And these guys?
Rocket Team has moved so they could see the enemy. But
And then I did an advanced reaction, just went underneath there.
Yeah.
Basically.
So it looks like we're just going to throw Phosphex instead.
Throw Phosphex at me instead. Any other movement? I can't remember.
No. Most of us have neither combat or dead.
Yeah, it's true. All right, cool. So let's have a look at what shooting does. Oh, do you want to do your... Yeah, you got that movement over there.
Shooting,
okay.
That's shooting thing.
Let's do that now then. We know where he's going to go. You got to do a test for him.
Yeah, it's a leadership test, so leadership 10 is fine.
Happy
and
days.
Darts forward.
So this is we've pre-measured this, so don't worry too much if you think, oh my god, what's he doing? So just explain what he did then.
So Mortarian can do a kind of psychic-ish ability called Shadow of the Reaper.
Yep.
And essentially he makes a leadership test, and if he passes, he can move in any direction 10 inches and charge afterwards. However, the charge will be disordered.
Yeah, but it's a scary one because we've measured it earlier. It's a 7.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's move on with shooting phase then. Okay, 14th Legion turn 3 shooting phase. Rundown. Obviously, we know that he's darted forward, so he's even in the archway of his little home. His little home. He's just going home. Just wants to come in, but the Custodes are there. Anyway.
Open thy doors.
There we are. So shooting. So we didn't have any shooting here, did we? Obviously.
No. The Cat Factory are still waiting. They're
waiting.
in charge.
Obviously, they're in combat. They didn't shoot.
There's nothing for them to shoot right now.
Nothing to shoot. Okay, fair enough. Nothing in range.
They are moving closer to their target.
Yep. And
the Predator tank knocked off.
Just as normal. Just awful saves for me. So one's dead, one's alive with 2 wounds.
Yeah.
The
Phosphex didn't do anything, but it's left the area dangerous.
Yep.
So that's quite deadly.
And the rockets couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Well, they could see Terminators over there, to be fair.
But they're needed here right now.
Oh, fair enough. Because you want to do a charge.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So, not much shooting for the Death Guard that time, and then on to charges. So, let's Might as well film the charges. Why the hell not?
Mortarian's going to go into your line unit.
Okay, so I'm... Let's see what you get first. I'll do reaction.
7. He's in.
6 and probably something... Where's the other dice gone? Ah, alright. Okay, there we are. Yeah, I'll just move him, mate. He's definitely in combat. Rolled a double 6. Fair enough.
Well, if that's 12, he could base contact the second dude.
It's closest, mate, which is him. So you have to go to him.
Okay.
Alright. And then your other charge?
Cataphracti into the Tribune.
Yeah, that's not going to fail, is it? Twat them in. Alright.
Yep. And then the rocket team into your banner man.
Yep, go for it. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see how these charges work out.
Feel like regroup over there.
Yeah. Alright, so it's your turn 3, isn't it?
Yeah,
turn 3 for the 14th. So combat staff, so you want to take me through this one? It's your turn, why not?
So, in this combat here, we had Tactical Marines smacking a Dreadnought to no end, but causing no damage to it. We lost 3 Marines to it, and still holding fast.
Yeah. That whole suffering no minuses for combat is really helping you out, because I'm having to chew through every single thing.
Yeah. He's mad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's so good. So anyway, so that's what they're staying. Over here then.
In this combat, we've lost a Terminator.
Yeah.
After the Tribune decided he was going to decapitate.
It's like I'm killing one model ago with a 6 attack.
Causing, like, the odd wound.
2s to hit, 4s to hit murder strike. I just can't see to do anything. I should be killing. More than one.
You lost your standard bearer over here.
Yeah. So over there, he just got thumped to death by the Devastators, didn't he?
Yeah.
The most important one, I suppose, over here, wasn't it?
He's now chasing.
Yep. So he killed one. He only got 2 hits, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did pretty bad not to hit. I failed both saves. So caused obviously instant death. Killed one anyway.
Yeah. And
then the overrunning wound is like -5, I think you said, wasn't it?
Because of his fear.
Because of his fear, which of course I failed. Obviously, pretty hard to pass that on a 4. But luckily, I managed to roll high enough so he couldn't overrun me. I just fled. So hopefully, I don't mess this up. It's all on this roll, really. If I can keep these alive, that'll be a bonus. But there we go. Anyway, let's roll it on camera, because why not? Right.
My Primarch is surrounded.
Custodes turned 4. So Galatas moved towards the engaged Tactical Marines to try and help his brother-in-arms out to wipe them out. He needs to kill them, really, before the Terminators arrive and bash me. Yeah. So luckily, I regrouped with the Custodians, because they're stubborn. I rolled a 9, so lucky for me, they didn't run off the table. Right. And the surrounded Mortarian, Heteran Guard. Hopefully you're going to put some wounds on him, put some hurt on him in a minute. And the Aquilians, he went forward still slowly against this area here. Everything else is dead, so there's no real shooting at all. It's just combats, charges. So let's do some stuff on camera. So we'll do the charge for these guys. So it's a very long charge, so I'll do it anyway. Oh, 10. Oh, do you want to measure that? I think you get +1 to charge, actually, because I got the Nemesis, aren't you?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Yeah, and they are, because they're weapon skill. Are they weapon skill 5?
No, weapon skill 4.
Fair enough then.
And that reduces it by 2, so...
it's fine. If I didn't get there, I'll just surge forward. Okay, so if out of range, I'll surge them, and then the other charges, no point really, I'll make that. Let's see what happens afterwards. Okay, Custodes turn 4, combat. So, charging Heteran Guard. They're all chosen warriors, so they issue a challenge. Mortarian swept one aside, which is fair enough. I did save one, so he caused 2 wounds with instant death, and then I caused 2 wounds. No, yeah, 2 wounds on him, right?
Yeah.
2 wounds. He's down to 5, so that was all right. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't run anyway, so that was fine.
No one's running yet.
Over here, Tactical Squad was killed by the 2 Galatas. Eventually got through them. The other one charging in, so that was nice. And then here, finally, I started to roll some decent dice and killed the. I think we only had 2, to be fair, didn't you?
Yeah.
A Terminator and a other guy, Praetor. Because effectively all my attacks are instant death almost. So they died.
A Terminator.
Oh yeah, sorry, he's running away. Sorry, I forgot about. Yeah, you rolled 12, didn't you? He's running on 1 wound. And then that was all the combats. So yeah, it's a bloody mess, basically, as so I would describe it. Overview is this. So we've got Aquilians over there. They're in combat with him. And then Gas are over here and Dread over there. Sorry, not Dread, Predator.
Yeah.
And yeah, your turn 4, mate.
Yeah, that's turn 4.
Turn 4, Death Guard movement phase. Go for it.
So Predator swiveled a bit to get some better line of sight on one of the Delacles dreadnoughts.
They're going to have to stay on over there.
Rocket teams moved out to get some shots down.
So we talked about it earlier, they can still move and fire, can't they?
Yeah.
Yep, fair enough.
So they're either firing at the same one or a different one, depending on what I've got best line of sight for.
This chap here regrouped, didn't he?
Yeah.
On his one wound with bolt, combi bolt.
He's still there.
Coming back, and then over here.
Warden have decided they're going to
turn and
hold
face.
the line and stand still.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, shooting phase, right?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, shooting phase is done. Go for it.
So Grave Warden have pelted toxin and crack grenades upon the Tribune.
It killed the Terminator. The Aquilian's dead.
And caused a wound on him.
Yeah.
We had a bolt shell fire over here from the lone
guy.
Terminator. Snap shooting away.
Yep.
Perfect shooting.
He was good. He hit 3 times, didn't he, on 6s? Oh.
We
And
had
then
the
these guys.
caused a couple wounds on the Dreadnought.
Yeah, they caused a wound on him, didn't they, the rockets?
Volkite fired into him as well and did nothing.
Yep. So yeah,
and
we
that's our shooting phase for now.
So yeah, combat then. Turn 4, I suppose, charges.
Yeah.
All right, so that was turn 4, wasn't it, for Death Guard combat? It was pretty obvious, but go for it.
We clapped his commander.
Yeah. Again, it was so bad. I caused a wound. I caused a wound, and then you.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything apart from cause a wound.
You hit one dude.
Yeah.
Like
Caused a
instant
wound.
death, this and like.
Yeah. That's fair enough. And then you killed him with all those attacks. He was never going to
Yeah.
survive. Mortarian over here killed another guy, and I stood there again. That's basically, I just can't seem to hit him or wound him because he keeps making his 4-up saves. There we go.
But he didn't regain his health back.
No, so he's on 5. So it's my last turn. It's going to be very close. We talked about it. I think he's probably going to win by 1, probably.
Yeah.
But let's see what happens. Custodes turn 5 movement phase. Essentially, what do we do? All right, so the Custodian Guard, the last 2 line units have had to stay in my deployment zone simply because over there is a scoring tank, and it's now, we agreed that this zone here and that zone there counts as my deployment zone, so I'm just securing this one. The Dreadnoughts, they couldn't charge anyone, they're too far away, so I just moved them back so they don't get shot and killed. So they're sitting back doing bugger all. And then the Terminators are over here to try and kill these Terminators. So that's it. They're in combat. Really nothing much left to do. So shooting. Shooting is none. Basically I looked at it and I got so few shooting at these, what are they, Grave ones. The return fire would just be horrendous, so it's pointless shooting them. So it's just about combat basically. So let's do some charges, and then essentially I'm going to try and multi-charge that Terminator as well, and that's really it. And then it's just combat, see what happens. Okay, turn 5, Custodes, combat. Custodes saved all his attacks, which was insane. 3 saves there. So Mortarian didn't kill anyone. I caused 2 wounds on him. So that was alright, he's down to 3. And then here was just so bad, it was painful. So I charged him with 4 Aquilians. I didn't kill anyone. Literally didn't kill anyone. Oh no, I killed 1, so I caused a single wound. Yeah. And that was it, with some shred attacks. Everything else bounced, I didn't even hit hardly. I didn't run away, it's just insane. Yeah, it's just these dice games though, when you just can't roll, and then your opponent's rolling like an absolute boss.
This went one way, and it very quickly went one way or another.
Okay, that's fine. We'll talk about that in the end, but let's get on with it. So it is turn 5 for Death Guard. Okay, movement phase for Death Guard, last turn of the game for yourself, and yeah, what do you do?
So we've got the tank moving over just to get some last minute shots. See.
Yep.
Was aiming for the Custodian Guard right at the end, but just out of range.
Yep.
So we're going to pop off some of these dreadnoughts if we can. Mm-hmm. 1's on 2 wounds left.
Importantly, obviously you're in this zone, which would be the enemy deployment zone.
Yeah.
But because obviously I've got my guys over there, quite far over there.
We've got our rocket team.
They are both lined, so there we are.
We have got our rocket team here to see if we can ping them off.
Yep, makes sense.
They'll get cover saves, but they'll armor save better.
Yep, and that's so.
And that's,
no other moving, is there, in
yes.
combat? Last bit of shooting then. Let's do it. Okay, yeah, go for it. So your last shooting phase.
Last shooting phase, we shot enough Volkite to tear apart a solo auxiliary squad. But not a Contemptor Dreadnought with
No.
Custodes.
Just fell to wounded, didn't you, basically?
Yeah.
And then these guys.
Off at the Custodian Guard and did nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't that many could see, was there?
Not
There's about
really.
4, and then.
I'm assuming, I bet if the squad fully could see, they'd have.
Yeah, they probably could. It's just this massive building.
Yeah.
In the way. But yeah, so really short shooting the face. So coming to the last bit of combat, really, what have we got left to do? It's just this combat here we've got to do, and this combat here. So nothing really much is going to change, but we'll do it anyway and talk about it at the end. Okay. And turn 5 Death Guard. Go for it.
Turn 5 Death Guard, we climbed in and started tearing apart this Terminator, but he's surviving.
On a wound.
With a single wound.
Yeah, the Aquilian survived on a wound. I killed one of the Grave Wardens, and then got rid of the Cat Frax. So that was good. And then the most important combat is here.
Mortarian on one
and there we are. He's alive on a wound. Okay, so the end of the game, it worked out 1-0. So I had 2 dudes in this my deployment zone, which would have given me 3 VPs, but instead of that, the tank was scoring, so it denied that. Questionably could have pushed into the middle, questionably, to get more VPs, and then I would have had that free, but you know, you chose to stay there, which is fair enough, just deny me that. And then that was the only VPs, because every other line unit is dead. I've got 5 units left alive. I've got 1 there, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with a wound, and you've got 1, 2, 3 that guy, 4 there, and unbelievably, Mortarian lived on a wound. So actually worked out, you know, it 1 more failed save, and it would have been a draw here. So yeah, I think for me, overview, I mean, really good game, you know, to be fair, really good game, really close, obviously, lost by 1. A couple of things really did it for me was getting disrupted, really messed me up so badly, because my best units were out of the game until turn 4.
And if I had a Master Signals, I think that could have been even worse. Yeah,
it would have been worse, yeah, so that was really bad for me. And then, what else? And then just dice, my dice were so bad.
Your dice today were just
so bad, and there's no way of re-rolling it with a Custodes either, so it's even worse.
Yeah.
So when you have a bad hand of dice, it doesn't matter. But I'm not, you know, I did sort of claw it back, and I have killed a lot of things, and that's what it's about, killing some stuff.
That's my dead
And so dead pile is over there. So I did kill a lot of stuff. Just I really wanted to kill the Primarch, but I just couldn't get him. So almost had him. So yeah, awesome game. Well, cheers, mate. Final things for yourself?
Yeah, like you said, it looked at first just like it was a Death Guard sweep. We were carrying the boat, we were just dragging ourselves across the board and clapping it, and then last few turns it just suddenly flipped. The Custodes started cutting us down, and then like when you're what's he called? Tribune, yeah. He cut down my Praetor, and that was where it started flipping, I think.
Yeah.
I had to change from going up to the old Dreadnoughts to turn into your Tribune, otherwise he would have just kept coming.
Yeah.
And you had to obviously issue challenges with Morty to prevent him from cutting you.
Yeah, so the best thing about the Custodes is being chosen warrior, so I just kept every single turn going, challenge. He couldn't refuse, obviously, so kills 1, I'm stubborn, so unless I'm really unlucky, I just held him for ages, so yeah, that was a bonus. But yeah, awesome game, cheers mate, and I suppose the only final thing I would say is obviously we've still got the Brighton Heresy 4 on the 25th and 26th of March coming up, 2023, in Brighton, in this room here, so in this awesome place here, in the pub. So yeah, if you can get to that, please do so. Obviously like, comment and share if you would like to, as that always helps, and then we'll try and, I think we've got another game arranged against Mechanicum, I think, coming up. Alright, cheers mate, good game.
Yeah, good game.
Cheers buddy.